This is Dave Helling of the Kansas City Star with a look at the presidential race now that Iowa and New Hampshire are in the books and where we might go from here. First, a few global observations. The race, of course, is far from over in either party, and that is a bit of a surprise, particularly for the Democrats. I think everyone you talk to on the Democratic side of the aisle is surprised, and some are even shocked at the success of Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, who won the New Hampshire primary and almost won the Iowa caucuses. And there are two things to observe about that. First, there is disappointment and concern about the Hillary Clinton campaign. There's a worry that she is struggling to find a message, that there is Clinton fatigue, that there is sort of a hum in the background of scandals surrounding her campaign, and Democrats will tell you they believe that she has to make some changes to try and do better against Sanders. The other thing that people are talking about on the Democratic side is their fear about Bernie Sanders. He is a Democratic socialist, first self-proclaimed, and there is a fear that if he is the nominee, that will hurt other people, other Democrats on the ballot throughout the country in virtually every state except the very bluest, most Democratic states. And so there will be a push in the coming weeks to really refocus Clinton and try and see if she can win the nomination. We'll see what happens. The Republican side is even a bigger problem or mess, or is equally or even more undecided. Obviously, Donald Trump is now the front runner. He has won New Hampshire, finished second in Iowa, a strong second, and his populism is proving to be very attractive for many, many Republicans and crossover voters. Ted Cruz did well in New Hampshire. He won Iowa. He finished strongly in New Hampshire without spending a lot of money, so he's going to be in the race probably until the end. And that leaves one spot probably for a so-called establishment or mainstream candidate, but we just don't know who that is. Is it Jeb Bush? Is it John Kasich? Marco Rubio, who fell so quickly in New Hampshire, is he still part of that conversation? We'll just have to wait and see how that works itself out, but it's going to be very expensive, very difficult in the upcoming states for one of those three to emerge and then turn and take on Cruz and take on Trump. The Republican race is going to be quite messy and quite compelling for the next several weeks, certainly until the middle of March when Missouri holds its primary on March 15th. That's where we stand today in the race for president. It's fascinating, maddening, and of course quite important. That's my analysis. Dave Helling with the Kansas City Star.